teams still participate. And this year, we still do, which is, we'll get into that here a little bit, which is pretty exciting. It's the end of the school year, which means everyone's trying to wrap up all of the end of the year banquets and concerts and scholarship nights. So we appreciate you being here, particularly this as we close out the 22-23 school year. And it's hard to believe, I feel like we just started school. I know the students are ready to roll and get going. But we do appreciate you being here. Moreover, I want to say thank you to our student athletes. We have a lot to celebrate tonight. We're going to get into that. But I want to thank you for what you put into your sport. It showed, it reflected. This past spring we had a lot of successes, as I mentioned. Thank you to our coaches for the time and effort that you put into your sport. It takes a lot. You just don't show up on game night practice. It's the extra workouts and those type of things that you have to do to be successful. We appreciate that. Parents, thank you. Thank you for your support, making sure that your athlete gets to and from workouts and practices and games, and your support outside of the confines of the games. At this time, I'd like to get right into our scholar athletes. Those will be passed out in the individual breakout sessions in which the athletes will get their certificates. Those are given to students with a 3.2 or higher. And I'd like to just kind of give you some statistics. There were 180 athletes participating this spring season. Of those 180 athletes, there were 131 scholar athletes. This means that 72% of our spring athletes carried a GPA of a 3.2 or higher. That's amazing. That's 75% almost of our athletes. Additionally, 52 of those were a 4.0, with almost 50% of our athletes having a 4.0. Let's give them a round of applause. Because we put them inside the program, I'll let you look at those and who those 4.0 students were. Those programs are out front. If you need some additional programs, please let me know. Those names are printed in the program. Pretty exciting time for the spring. We had a lot of successes, a lot of things that we wanted to celebrate. Just a couple things I'll give you real quick, and I know we'll hit those in the breakout sessions. Boys tennis had an outstanding year. They actually won a tournament at the Schroeder's, which is the first time we've done that in the 10 years that we've been participating in that tournament. But they received and they earned the most wins since 1988. I won't get into all of some things, but just to kind of give you back, parents who might remember some of this, gas was 90 cents a gallon. Yeah, top movie at that time, Beetlejuice. That gives you an idea. Baseball, another successful run. They win 19 games, most since the year 2000. Gas price at that time was $1.51.
That was Marquis.
And the movie, which you might remember, everyone might have seen, remember the titles.
I'm an old bastard.
Track team, we are still in session. We have several that are going on to regionals. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But let's move right on to our MBL honors for all our sports. We'll start with girls track. When you hear your name, please stand and be recognized. For second team, pole vault, Libby Bradley. For boys track, honorable mention, 300 meter hurdles, Natalie Hemmert. Second team 200 meter relay, Elijah Frazier, Roman Medley, Colton Booker, Quentin Bachman. Second team 400 meter dash, Ryan Brown. Second team 400 meter relay, Roman Medley, Rayshawn Garrett, Sam Smith, Quentin Bachman. Second team 200 meter dash, Ryan Brown. Please stand to be recognized. Our first team, all league. 100 meter dash, first team, Ryan Brown. First team, 800 meter relay, Sam Smith, Noah Berg, Ty Bettis, Bryson Angle. First team, 3200 meter run, Noah Berg. First team, 300 meter hurdles, Rayshawn Garrett. First team, shot put, Aiden Barker. First team, pole vault, Lucas Kuhlskamp. And first team, long jump, Colton Booker. Please stand for that. In tennis, we had, for the first time in several years, a first team all-league, and that was Joshua Partee. Is Joshua here? And honorable mention, Bill Crossman. In softball, we have 3 second team. Living Anthony, Kaylee Rowe, and Elizabeth Hubbard. Baseball. Honorable mention, Hunter Spanky. Second team, Mason Davis. First team, Mickey Anderson. First team, Brady Wool. And first team, Zane Pratt. There were several different tennis individuals that were acknowledged and recognized by the local Coaches Association. And I'm going to let Coach handle that in the breakout session, but I would be remiss if I did not mention that our coach, Coach Wyatt Heinz, who's done a wonderful job. I just mentioned a statistic earlier in terms of how many wins we've done. Well, we went from not very many a few years ago to the most wins, which has been double digits in 10. He was voted the Coaches Association Coach of the Year, Coach Wyatt Heinz. We have quite a few 4-year letter winners. To do that, that takes a lot of commitment and a consistent commitment through 4 years. And at this time, we'd like to recognize those student athletes who have been 4-year letter winners in their particular sport. When you hear your name, please stand and be recognized. In softball, Olivia Anthony, Kaylee Rowe, and Sharika Sutter. In baseball, Brady Wool, Zane Pratt, and Trent Rudd. In track, Leanne Casey, Isabel Murray, Colton Booker, Ryan Brown, Elijah Frazier, Lucas Kuhlskamp, Bryson Roberts, and Sam Schmeezy. The athlete of the month for the months of March and April and May are for our senior athletes. Scott Steele of WPTW have been kind enough the last several years to sponsor this, and this is for senior athletes that excel in their sport, in the classroom, and also as leaders in the community. These athletes will be placed in a voting that our varsity coaches will vote for, or have voted for, and the winner actually will be announced on Wednesday at class night. Each day, Scott Steele will give a $750 scholarship to one male and $750 scholarship to one female at class night, which we will announce here again in a couple days. The athletes that are about to be announced will receive also a free dinner to 3 Joes here in town. So that's probably the best part that the kids like. And the scholarship's good deal. Dinner, hey, he's not going to turn down dinner from there. All right. Month of March, Lily Bradley and Ryan Brown. For the month of April, Haley Rowe and Zane Pratt. And for the month of May, Teresa Sutter and Bryson Roberts. Teresa, unfortunately, she's got a bad wheel. She was not able to finish the senior year, but let's give her a round of applause. I mentioned that our track athletes, we still have several that are competing in the regionals. And the regionals will be Wednesday night. It's one of those bittersweet things. Some of these seniors are going to have to make a tough choice. Do I go to class night or do I go to the regional track meet? I think we know the answer what they're going to do. But I'll see you Wednesday night, whatever it will be. Okay. But I'd like to just real quick give a congratulations out to our 4x100 meter relay team of Garrett Brown, Ryan Brown, Sam Speasing, and Bryson Roberts. Our 4x200 meter relay team, Kai Warner, Roman Medley, Quentin Bachman, and Colton Booker. Also our 4x800 meter relay team of Noah Berg, Bryson Angle, Ty Pettis, Sam Smith. They will be heading to and we sweep, and we'll talk about the last relay here in a little bit, and Colton Booker, he also qualified going to next week's regional meet. Last Friday night, the 4x4 is officially the Division I Troy District Champions. They won the 4x400, which means we sweep and we have all 4 relays to the regionals at Wayne this Wednesday night. Our 4x4 team is Ryan Brown, Sam Smith, Rayshawn Garrett, and Roman Medley. Let's give a round of applause. Last but not least, we had also something that we need to celebrate as far as school record. This young lady that put a lot of time in her craft, and it showed. She broke her own school record twice and ended up jumping and vaulting 11 feet. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Libby Bradley. At this time, I'm going to give everyone an idea of where we're going for our team awards. Boys and girls track will stay right here in the CPA. Baseball, you're going to go to the cafeteria. Softball, you're going to go to the student union, which parents, if you don't know what that is, it's the old library. Just go on down the hallway, and you'll see it when you'll knock right into it. And tennis, you'll be in the band room. Once again, we want to thank everyone for their time, for a successful year. Before we leave, remember those three important words we got to say together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We are Piqua!